Hey gang, how you guys doing? And happy September! Can't believe in the next 3 months it's gonna be the end. And so we need to start to plan and get ready for 2022. So as you can see, remember this place? It had literally nothing. But I came back in March of 2020 and I really put it back how I used to look back 7, 8 years ago before I left to LA. And look at this. I'm growing so much. I'm growing cotton, I'm growing teas, I'm growing my favorite. And look at this. Pink tuberose. Pink. Beautiful. So here's my white one. So I'm rearranging my stuff out here, and really everything I have is, I'm just being practical and being simple to recycle. So look at my trellis that I made for my teas, my butterfly tea, and I have my Japanese cucumber and my loafa. I'm gonna make it loafa. So I'm really so excited to start doing something out here at my sanctuary. I took a time out because I had to reorganize, and you can see the beautiful difference of flowers out there. So I have flowers and herbs and things to just really make it simple out here at Cocojor Sanctuary, right? So literally, I mean, I always say homeopathic starts from home, and people start their business literally out from their garage. And so things happen, and we need to be simple. We need to be practical. You know, I did the whole entire 9 yard. In the last 20 years, I went through, and look at this. Whoever said to cut down the tree that gives you the most freshest oxygen, pure oxygen, and look what happened. This is crazy. Look at that. From that little trunk came out all of this. Woo! And so this is taking time, but we just all got to be patient, right, in life. And so got my, remember when I first, exactly when I came back home, yeah, from LA, because I actually 1 year ago I went back home to LA for a while, and a lot of people didn't know because that's how I am. You don't know where Cocojor is going, but look at this. This had my 3 koi fish. Somehow, I don't know what happened, but they died, and I think I know who did it, but I don't know, or how it did it. I don't know, but who cares? Because now look at this, so beautiful. Look at this. These just last like one day. And look how it's going. It's thriving. You know, it's like you think something is dead or something is going wrong. We all go through that. And, you know, like 9 months of pregnancy to create life. And, you know, me being out here, this is literally my sanctuary. Being born and raised out here in Hawaii had made me really taken the time to really step back. You know, I traveled literally for the past, wow, almost 30 years, traveling all over the world. And I've been very, very fortunate to, you know, work with big companies, corporate. I went from corporate, and then I went to really family businesses, and those family businesses really teaches you incredible information because it's literally from the ground up. You know, these big corporations, it's great, but you always find top-down management and side management, and and so there's a lot of things that the hotel industry really taught me, from every aspect, from restaurant to hotel, rooms, to parties, conventions, and this and that. I mean, it's endless. Guest service is the ultimate thing that I really, really learned. And so, that has always been in my bloodline. And it's sad to say that, my grandpa's biggest dream of building his house that is now known as the Kaimana Beach Hotel, and his legacy just ended yesterday. They had a meeting, and it was end of the chapter for the Shigenaga clan, the Waikiki clan, who built really from the ground up. It was a McInerney's house, and from there, my grandfather took over. I remember the story that they told him, Shigenaga-san, do you want to invest in the mountain or over here by the ocean? And my grandfather said, well, I go all the way up to the mountain, and that's right now known as Tantalus. And so he took the opportunity and went in to this place called, the original name is called the Hotel Kaimana. And so that chapter literally has ended, and life goes on. But the legacy of what he created is extraordinary. I mean, from working from the plantation field, and literally waking up at early morning, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and being taken down, and all of a sudden labeled as a spy and taken out to concentration camp where he was beaten up. And so those kind of stories are real stories, like history. And so it's a lot of my friends and always tell me, Monica, oh my God, you should start to write a blog about it. And so now that I got things going, and my website is going to be up, Cocojor.com this month, and I am so excited because we're merging together really my Cocojor channel. So either which one you go to at www.cocojorchannel.com or www.cocojor.com, you get to me. And we're going to have lots of daily classes, as well as workshops, as well as my consulting service. We also going to have some subscription to subscribe that you can have monthly reading recorded like this. And so once I start to do this, it's endless, because it's my passion, it's my anointment, it's my way of life to help heal. Believe me, we have so much entrepreneurs, we have so much businesses, we have so much everything out there. But, the group of people that we come through, and we say there's not enough healers. And so a lot of us is really opening up our services. A lot of people, like my friends, are like, I didn't know you do all of this. I was wondering about you, but I just thought you had a lot of luck, or that you had a lot of gut feelings that was right. And so, for me, as people that knows me, people who have accepted me for who I am, I thank you, because I'm not going to change. This is who I am, and this is what I love to do in life. And so these daily classes, as well as workshops and seminars and training, it's all going to be there. And it's for, guess what? It's for human and dogs. Because wasn't that the Orange Building was all about? And that has always been since Queen Street days when I first opened my first store on Queen Street, the pink. It was like a little, as the little girls would say, "Mommy, mommy, this is like a doggy candy shop." These kids gives me all the ideas. So, anyways, I think we had a lot of us is already over it of what's happening. Yes, and it's not going to stop. It's going to keep on going for, the next 4 years. So we need to make sure that we are at really optimum health, number one. And so I'm going to be having classes to do preventive care, DIY funness, whether it's working with things out from my garden, working with nature, creating what's most important is you. And so we're going to have focus on that. We're going to have tea time with different kind of tea settings and different tastes of different teas that I make in my everyday life. And that's another way that we all can do it together. We have my Dharma Detox program where we work with you one-on-one 3 days, and you'll feel awakened, peaceful, most of all aligned and balanced. Because once you find you, it's endless. It's an endless joyness of bliss every day that you walk out. This morning I just sat in front of the computer with my head like, because I had calls to make, I had things, deadline yesterday, things that, you need to start to really be focused, be balanced, and most of all, be organized, because there is so much chaos in all system going right through, whether it's the law and order, whether it's human rights, whether it's the vaccine or no vaccine, there's just, and political agenda, what's happening out there, plus tragedy out there in Afghanistan, natural disaster, and the list goes on. I mean, right now, nobody knows, but Madame Pele is ready to rumble, because, this is September also has, all these things online, which I'm going to be sharing with you in my next prediction videos that I do every month for the new moon as well as the full moon. So I'm over here building my little deck, and it's nice because my nephew is helping me, and every time I look at him I can remember the great memories we created. I mean, every time I walk through this garden, it's like gives me really the breath of life, and most of all, it gets me so grounded with the earth, what's really, and that's what I give myself a cleansing, because the way I do it is literally no tools. I don't use tarot cards, I don't use astrology. I use your vibration, I use your energy, and most of all, I use your frequency. Oh, look at the butterfly. My butterfly garden is going to come out pretty soon. And this is life. So once we get the deck out here open, we're going to be doing yoga. Yes, you heard it right. Dog yoga. Because your dog also has a lot of stress. And so all these tips and things like that, I'm so excited to give everyone really a place to really relax, to have a peacefulness, to really open up yourself, to center, to give yourself clarity, and most of all, finding yourself. Because there's just so much chaos, and sometimes you just gotta raise your hand and say, let me start walking my path, my way. So this is really a time that we need to really focus on thyself and use our instincts of how we want to do for the next 20 years. You know, I think back and I look back and I say, wow, 20 years ago, exactly, you know, it was 9/11 around this time, and I was going through my divorce and having all these dogs, and literally it just took this one day after divorce court. I looked at my two dogs, Jordan and Coco, and said, what should mommy do? So you don't know when it will happen. It's just when that opportunity and when that energy, that essence, that vibration will come, whether it's sitting out here, taking a shower, doing meditation. Everything we do that we belong to ourselves is meditation. And that's another thing that we're going to have is yogatation. And so there's lots of things that I'm out here to offer at my sanctuary that I built from literally the grounds up with these hands, because it means so much. Because once you give out good mana, oof. And mana in Hawaiian means the undivine spirit. You know, and the hotel Kai Mana, and Kai means the ocean, both in Japanese and in Hawaiian. And mana means the undivine spirit. So really, with that essence of how my grandfather really built the Hotel Kaimana from the grounds up, and what he had to go through. As they say, history repeats itself in one way or in one form or in one destiny. Who knows? You just gotta open up yourself and let these energy of life that was here is still here. You just gotta listen, and that's where I'm here to help you. Believe me, my private classes and my one-on-one, it gets really heavy because you get a lot of vibration coming in and a lot of guests from other places. And during my Moon Series workshop, we have, my house is filled with it. I mean, it's cool. So all of these are all coming up with Lily, the new world out here at Cocojor Sanctuary. I welcome you with aloha, but please respect my boundaries, because this is a place for people who really took the time to go to my website, to make an appointment, and be here. Be here right now. And so no drop-ins. The gate is closed. The gate is closed. If you know, just like the Japanese Shinkansen, you miss it. What great timing, right? The siren will go off and you just missed the boat. So that's what it is. It gives you that mindfulness, that respect. All of these are part of life, part of yoga and meditation, and all of these things that, you know, no one is perfect. Look at me. I swear, I go off, I get angry, but more and more and more I practice, the more of my self-awareness is awakened. So, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful September. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and check out my website for all the wonderful classes, workshops, and seminars coming up. And most of all, aloha. Take care and be safe.